Using music as an outlet to help with his addiction and childhood issues, Juice WRLD would become one of the biggest rappers to come out of Chicago. Jarad Higgins, born on December 2nd, 1998 in Chicago, was raised by a single mother to provide for him and his older brother. Juice WRLD started creating music in his freshman year of high school, releasing his first track titled Forever under the name Juice the Kid on SoundCloud in 2015. Juice WRLD, being a second cousin of famous late rapper Young Dolph, was recording his early songs on his cell phone. After joining the internet collective Internet Money, Juice WRLD released his debut full-length album titled 999 on June 15th, 2017. With the famous song Lucid Dreams being a breakthrough hit on the album, Juice WRLD was then co-signed by artists such as Waka Flame, G Herbo, and Lil Bibby, when he finally signed with Grade A Productions. With Juice WRLD later releasing All Girls Are the Same, Cole Bennett of Lyrical Lemonade teamed up with Higgins to create the famous music video for the song in 2018. Following the video's release, Interscope Records signed Juice WRLD for $3 million so he could take his rap career to the next level. Then on May 4th, with the advice from his label, Juice WRLD remastered Lucid Dreams and officially released it as a single. Once again, teaming up with Cole Bennett for the official music video, this song would then land at number 2 on the Hot 100 list of Billboard before quickly becoming the #1 song in the world. With all of the momentum on his side, Jarad Higgins would then release his album Goodbye and Good Riddance on May 23rd in 2018. Following this album's release, Juice WRLD's issues with narcotics would begin to get worse as there was so much pressure building up on him. Fast forward to March 8th, 2019, Juice WRLD would then release his second studio album titled Death Race for Love. This would sadly be the last released album during his lifetime. This album debuted at #1 in the United States, selling 165,000 units first week. With the album featuring songs like Hear Me Calling and Robbery, there was no surprise Juice WRLD was taking over the music industry by storm. Jarad Higgins would then announce his Death Race for Love tour across the globe. As featured in his official HBO documentary, this would be the peak of Juice WRLD's narcotic issues. On December 5th in 2019, Juice WRLD, alongside his girlfriend Allie and a few others, were flying in a private jet, landing in Chicago. Before landing at Chicago's Midway International Airport, Juice WRLD was informed by one of his security guards while mid-flight that law enforcement was tracking his flight and awaiting his arrival at the airport, as the pilot of his flight gave law enforcement a tip that there was a smell of narcotics on the plane. On Juice WRLD's private jet, he had multiple illegal items on the flight, from having 70 pounds of narcotics stuffed into suitcases with 2 firearms with high-capacity ammunition magazines to even a bag full of narcotic pills. Being told that law enforcement is awaiting for you to land is just a recipe for disaster. Law enforcement believe that during the flight, Juice WRLD and his team were told that they were awaiting their arrival. This made Juice WRLD ingest more and more of the narcotic pills in an attempt to hide them from the authorities when they landed. The plane was rented in Juice WRLD's name, meaning all of the illegal items on the flight would then be put onto him, as law enforcement were going to search this plane and they know exactly who to go to. Now, we're unsure of the exact amount of time Juice WRLD would have spent locked up inside of prison for this, but according to Rap Lawyers Online, they predict a maximum of 20 years in prison for using a private jet to transport 70 pounds of narcotics across the United States, as well as carrying 2 illegal firearms with high-capacity magazines. These kind of charges would be very hard to beat in court. Now, hearing that information would cause anyone to freak out and get nervous on the plane. When you add in all of the narcotics Juice WRLD took, mixed in with all of the nerves from law enforcement awaiting his arrival, Juice WRLD's heart then went into overdrive, which sadly caused the seizure inside of the airport. When it happened, an ambulance was then called. Witnesses claim that Juice WRLD was transported to emergency care, where he sadly passed. 2 of the rapper's security guards were arrested at the scene for the firearms while inside of the airport, as they were located in their backpacks. Then later, Juice WRLD's photographer was also arrested and booked and charged with a misdemeanor of firearm violation. Law enforcement believe Juice WRLD was trying to get less of a charge when he lands by consuming the narcotics rather than giving them more evidence to charge him him with when he lands. With an investigation in place, rapper Boosie suggested that the pilot of the plane was ultimately responsible for the passing of Juice WRLD, referring to the pilot as a snitch online. Jarad Higgins had been under suspicion by federal authorities following an incident that occurred in November of 2019 before he departed for Australia. This is what prompted a search of his airplane when the pilot of the plane called in. Law enforcement has already been investigating Juice WRLD for quite some time prior to this incident going down. This is why when law enforcement were called by the pilot, they made sure that they were there awaiting the arrival of Juice WRLD, as they already had suspicion he was using private jets to transport narcotics. Now, as you may have watched from the Juice WRLD documentary, it was very common for Juice WRLD to be traveling with narcotics with him, using them before shows, as he did suffer from a lot of things and used it to calm his nerves. Now, leading us into the year 2022, with most of Juice WRLD's songs leaking online, things are getting very difficult for Lil Bibby. Lil Bibby announced Juice WRLD's new album, The Party Never Ends, may sadly be delayed due to most of the songs getting leaked online, and the release of the album may never come. Juice WRLD returns to rap in 2022 with his new song titled Sometimes. Now, a very common strategy when it comes to marketing a rapper's new album, a rapper that passed that is typically you will see a single be released. A few weeks later, the music video for that song will then be released as well, building momentum bit by bit. With the music video being released for that song, another single will then be released. With the second single being released, this is typically when they will announce the full album that will be releasing around a month after that second single. So with Juice WRLD's song Sometimes releasing today at the time of this recording, we can expect another single being given to us next month, and then the month after that will most likely be the new album from Juice WRLD. As I mentioned earlier, we do not know if it will be The Party Never Ends. It could be a whole new album that we don't even know yet. So make sure you subscribe to the channel to stay up to date. It's been District Trending, and I'm out. Peace.